You're watching the Hard Facts from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studios. Viewers, my friends, have you noticed the frightful lack of outrage? Have you noticed the barefaced attempt at buck passing and victim shaming? Have you noticed the unflinching resolve to brazen it out? Have you noticed the fecklessness of the media that has decided the story isn't worth its time, consigning it to the back pages and to single columns as big as that, viewers? Have you noticed how no one has dredged up the Dalit angle, the SC angle, the ST angle? Yes, viewers, the Dalit angle, since the poison liquor was being sold in a scheduled caste precinct of the afflicted town. Viewers, we are talking about the horrific mass murder, and I'm emphasizing these two words, mass murder, in Tamil Nadu. The question is, why civil society and the more so-called enlightened Nyay crusaders in the Congress ranks aren't agitating about 58 lives snatched by what is almost certainly collusion between unscrupulous mafia and certain state authorities? While we certainly don't want to politicize the tragedy, but still, had 58 pyres been lit in a BJP-run state on account of killer corruption, there would have been an outcry so loud that you would have heard it in way of Harvard University, viewers. The hypocrisy is so writ large that even the BJP has felt the need to raise it in a letter to Congress President Mr. Arjun Kharge. Viewers, I am asking some questions tonight. And those questions will come up on your screens in just a few moments. But Arjun Kharge has asked some basic questions. Why hasn't the state government instituted a judicial commission overseen by court to inquire into the tragedy? Is one of his questions. It overlaps with mine. I'd asked this question about 3 days ago. Why were several warnings issued by activists and opposition leaders ignored, viewers? This is a key question we're asking tonight of the DMK Congress coalition government at the state level in Tamil Nadu. What happened to the CBCID reports into similar tragedies that took place in Viluppuram and Chengalpattu last year, viewers? There too, more than 24 people, or approximately 24 people, died. Is it true that police patronage was extended to the liquor mafia in the afflicted areas? The Congress had promised to implement prohibition in its 2021 manifesto. Did the party back down because liquor sales bring in huge revenues? I don't know, viewers. I'm asking this question on behalf of all of us. A massive tragedy like this, a crime of negligence, a mass murder, as it were, today, viewers, is not eliciting a raised eyebrow anywhere. DMK MP Kanimori, who's the sister of the Chief Minister in Tamil Nadu, had promised to implement prohibition. Why did the DMK state government not follow up? No one is answering the questions. All the state government is doing is reacting to the BJP and the AIDMK and trading blame. Both of them, viewers, are trading blame. Listen in.
कांग्रेस को तमिल के जीवन में और तमिल लोग के हत्या जो हो रही है क्योंकि इलीगल लिकर के वजह से, उसके ऊपर कोई भी दुख नहीं है क्या? क्यों कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट आज तक उस विषय में, और जबकि ये लोग, ज्यादातर लोग जो इसमें मर गए हैं वो शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट लोग हैं, दलित थे, क्यों कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट का मन में दुख नहीं लग रहा?
There is a failure of the entire government machinery, district administration, district police, and then the entire state machinery, intelligence. This is the second incident actually. This government has never learned, government has never been bothered about the people. Hence we want the M.K. Stalin to resign.
I mean, like, no government is going to be wanting the people to die. And every government is trying to do that. And in Tamil Nadu, the people who were responsible for this action has been taken, where the corrector has been transferred and the SP, concerned SP, was suspended. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
What's more, a key ally of the India bloc, which is, of course, viewers, ruling that particular state of Tamil Nadu, has blamed the victims, if you please, viewers. Listen to Kamala Hassan.
I cannot say I have no sympathies for these victims. But these victims will have to understand they've exceeded their limit. And they've been careless. They have to be careful. They have to take care of their health. There are enough available liquor, more than pharmacies we have to ask for. My request to any government, not just one government which is existing now, the previous and the governments to come, my request would be to create psychiatric centers which will counsel them out of this delirium tremens that they are suffering now.
Set up psychiatric centers, viewers, says Kamala Hassan. Contrast the silence with the clamour for justice that erupted when certain incidents took place in 2023. You remember, viewers, the indoor stepwell collapse, 36 dead, and everyone asked for the resignation of the Chief Minister. Mizoram bridge collapse, 26 dead there too, and accountability was demanded straight from the top. Balasore train tragedy, the Prime Minister was asked to step down. The Union Railway Minister was asked to go. Tanur boat disaster, 22 dead, viewers. Again, questions were asked straight of the Chief Minister. Andhra train collision, 14 dead. Straight questions were posed to the Chief Minister. Buldhana bus accident, 25 dead. The list is long, viewers. The list is long. The questions, of course, are never ending because the answers are never forthcoming. Viewers, let's open this up. Let's ask some basic questions. First, let's get in an civilian's perspective. I want Dr. Ranganathan to weigh in on this. Dr. Ranganathan, yes, you can blame the hapless victims for liking their tipple. You can suggest that they should be much more, perhaps, censorious of themselves. They should read the labels, they should check, they should do a taste check, God knows what else you want, or get their minds checked up. But at some point you have to call out what is clearly a disproportionate hypocrisy that is at play here.
Good evening, Rahul, and good evening to my fellow panelists. It is indeed an incalculable tragedy. I would, my sincere condolences to the families of the bereaved, and this is something that we as a country have to grapple with, and we haven't. It's as simple as that. We've gone for easy solutions, and I'll come to that in a minute. I want to make 3 points here. Number one, it is very easy for the state to either allow the sale of alcohol or to ban it. There are many states that have their so-called prohibition states, and there are many where most of their revenue now comes from the sale of liquor. Tamil Nadu is one example where, if I'm not mistaken, 46,000 crores per year of revenue is generated through liquor sales. There are other states as well. And famously, Bihar and Gujarat are the ones where liquor sales are banned. Now, this Hooch tragedy, or illicit liquor, which is also called moonshine or spuriously generated liquor, is an endemic problem in both prohibition as well as non-prohibition states. You would remember in 2022, 70 people died in Bihar where alcohol is banned. And in, I think, 2016, 42 people died in Gujarat where again alcohol is banned. And there are many states, Kerala being one, Tamil Nadu being another, where in spite of the alcohol being readily available, you have such tragedies periodically. So what is the solution? Unless we come to the solution, I think these problems will continue to happen. The solution is, number one, that the state has to be more sensitive. What do I mean by that? Is it just very easy to say sensitive? No. The point is, if the state is generating huge revenue through alcohol, it is the state's responsibility in the end to make sure that people who are, of course, alcohol is one of the most addictive substances on earth. to make sure that people who are addicted to alcohol do not fall by the wayside to this whole mafia of spurious liquor generation and then sales. Because once they do, this is staring into the bottom of the abyss. So on one hand, I'm absolutely furious that people like Kamal Hassan and other politicians are putting the blame on the victims. It is absolutely not the victims' fault because A, most of them are very poor. B, they are hopelessly addicted to this alcohol, which the state is selling more and more to generate more and more revenue. And thirdly, the moment you blame the victim, you move away from the solution. The solution is not prohibition, because we've seen even in states which has prohibition, we have tragedies like these happen with regularity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is an endemic problem. And we can't just sort of gloss over it, can we? Let me bring in the DMK national spokesperson. I want you to give your opening comments. I'm not going to prompt you with a question, Mr. Sarvanan. I'm just going to ask you to convince us that the people who talk about Nyay are actually going to deliver it in a manner that is convincing. Justice must be done, but it also must seem to be done. Now, what are the 3 steps you're taking to tell us that justice is being done in a manner that will convince us that you are serious?
Yeah, Rahul, it is undeniable that it is a great tragedy which ought not to have happened, and the government has taken responsibility for what has happened. In the sense that the officials, the PW officials who were there, they have been sacked. The SP, who is responsible for the law and order in that particular district, he has been under suspension. The collector has been changed, and the DGP of ADGP of this PW, he is also being changed. And we have also appointed a one-man commission to find out ways and means to prevent such incidents in the future. And of course, the compensation is also being granted. See, this is a murder. They have the spurious liquor was laced with methanol, and it has been served to all these people, and that is why these deaths have happened. And they have identified this as methanol. And whoever is behind this, all the persons who were behind this, they have been nabbed, and the investigation is going on from where this methanol has come. So this is where we stand right now.
Now, Mr. Sarvanan, who is leading the probe?
Yes, the CBCID. It was originally investigated by the local police. Then now it has been transferred to CBCID, the pre-main investigating agency of the state government.
So the police is investigating the police.
CBC,
yes.
I think only police can investigate. In our country, only police can investigate.
So the police is investigating the police, viewers, not a judicial commission, not a court-appointed commission. The police is investigating the police. The police that we all trust, viewers, and we know how dependable it is now going to investigate itself. Think about that, viewers. 58 people dead, and the people who have actually colluded with the mafia, and I'm not saying this, viewers, it has been said earlier by people in the National State Assembly, are going to now, viewers, sit in judgment of their partners. So the bribe taker is now going to judge himself. 58 people are dead, viewers, and what do we have? 2 people transferred. Murder is the word that has been used, not by me, by Mr. Sarvanan.
Yes, it
Poison.
is murder, Rahul.
It is murder. And guess what, viewers? It's been about, 5 days, 6 days now? And what do we have? 2 transfers for 58 murders. Viewers, this in our country passes off for proportionate justice. This passes off, viewers, under governments that swear by upholding Dalit rights. This is the proportionate justice, viewers. You judge for yourself. 2 transfers, viewers, 58 dead. Yes, please, Mr.
Can I
Sarman.
comment?
Yeah, please, of course.
See, that's one. Yeah. See, please don't be economical with the truth. We
Okay.
are not talking about two transfers, just two
Okay.
transfers alone.
Okay.
All the persons who were involved in selling of this poisonous substance,
Right.
which caused the murders, have been arrested. The investigation is going on.
Okay.
So we are not just talking about two.
So viewers,
just two
the
transfers.
sellers,
So
the
let's-
smugglers, the sellers, the smugglers, the bootleggers, call them what you want to, the moonshiners, they are arrested. Not the people who patronize them. A massive racket like this, do you think this can go on, viewers, without a degree of patronage? You know, viewers, I'll give you a small little example. Here in the national capital, if you come off the Barapulla flyover onto the I.N.D.A and you look to your left, viewers, about 2 or 3 months ago, a massive demolition drive took place because there were all sorts of encroachments. Viewers, they're all back. And that has become a massive accident choke point. They're all back. So, viewers, yes, action was taken against the people who set up the unauthorized shops, etc., and choked that entire area. I'm just talking about here, but not against the bosses who allowed them to be there. And viewers, because the bosses are still around, they're back, paying their hafta and selling. There, something has come up. Dr. Ranganathan is pointing us towards something. What is this, Dr. Ranganathan? Could you read it to us, please?
Yes, no, this is the Congress in 2022 during the Gujarat Hooch tragedy. There 40 people were killed. The Congress, you can see, is demanding the probe by sitting High Court judge. Why is the Congress silent right now?
Let me ask the Congress spokesperson here, representative, sympathizer, and I want to bring in Sanju Verma right after. Mr. Tehseen Poonawala, what happens? Gujarat lives are more precious than the lives here? Is that the reason why the Congress is not asking for, what was it, a sitting High Court in judge-led probe? What's happened to the Congress? These are Dalits.
What's happened to this? What's happened in Gujarat? Did anything come out of it?
I'm asking you, why hasn't the Congress party? I'm just asking you a specific question. Why hasn't the Congress party called upon its closest ally, the DMK, to institute not a CBCID investigation, but as they did in Gujarat? Forget about what the BJP did. Let's assume that the BJP is a very bad party, okay?
We're on the same page.
Okay. So let me assume that. Is the DMK also just as bad?
No, it's not.
Or is it a friend?
So let's accept one thing, that we have these tragedies happening.
Coming to you, let him answer. He's a very educated. He's a very.
Our judge has been appointed.
A very intelligent man.
It's under a judge now. That's what I wanted to say.
He will answer. I know.
Yeah,
Let him
The
answer.
judge has been appointed to
Let him
inquire into a one-man commission.
Yeah.
Retired Justice Gokul
I just wanted to tell you that.
To inquire.
I just want to tell you that the difference is that the DMK Congress government has appointed a judicial inquiry, which the BJP ran away from, not just in Gujarat, but even in Bihar. Now I'm asking, however bad the DMK Congress government is, they appointed a judicial inquiry. What happened in Gujarat? What happened in Bihar?
Let me ask you a question.
Let
me ask you a question. Viewers, hang on. Let me ask you a question. Very important. A judicial inquiry was also ordered into a gentleman called Mr. Robert Vadra.
Yes.
What happened?
Once again.
You see, viewers,
No,
judicial
allow me to
inquiries
answer.
by themselves are toothless.
No, you can't. Once again. A judicial inquiry is appointed by, please allow me. I didn't want to go to Robert, but since you brought him in, who appointed it? BJP. Ask BJP in Haryana what happened. But now,
I'm
please,
asking
Rahul,
you, sir,
Rahul,
are they
please.
toothless or not?
Rahul, please allow me. Your question was judicial inquiry. I've given you an answer to judicial inquiry. Instead of going to Robert, now let's ask one fundamental question. Your viewers are watching this. I'm taking responsibility for what I'm saying. The channel and Rahul's not responsible. Please hold on. In Gujarat and Bihar, you have home delivery, not just of alcohol, of all substances. Is this true or false? What is happening in Gujarat?
One second.
I'm saying this with
what
absolute
about
responsibility.
will not get us anywhere. 58
Why?
people are dead, viewers.
And Gujarat?
And what are we doing? What about tree? What about Gujarat? What about Bihar? What about this? But you see, we're not going to look inwards. A government appoints a judge. I'm not sitting here in judgment of the judge, viewers. I'm sure he's a lovely person. He's got his heart in the right place. He's going to bring the gavel down on these horrible people who have colluded to kill. Mass murder is the word that is being used. 58 people, viewers, I'm sure. But there have been other commissions, viewers, set up by governments, which have ended nowhere. Because these commissions actually don't amount to much unless the courts oversee them. This magistrate will produce his account whenever, long gap, it will be submitted in the assembly. The assembly will take it, it will discuss, okay, 90 days. Well, okay, fine. And you know what will happen? Yes, Sanju Verma wants to come in.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, may I please make my point? Then you can have your say.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I have been waiting for my turn and I think everybody's had their say. You know, first and foremost, I'm appalled. When we are discussing today the Hooch tragedy in Tamil Nadu, people are bringing up examples of the Bihar Hooch tragedy, Gujarat Hooch tragedy. None of the panelists here till now have even once said that M.K. Stalin should step down on moral grounds and on the grounds of political incompetence. I have been doing a zillion debates on a zillion subjects. I remember in 2022 during the Gujarat Hooch tragedy, everybody was baying for the blood of the then Chief Minister, saying, let him step down. I want to say another very important point. B. Gokul Das, a retired judge of the Madras High Court, will be conducting a judicial inquiry into the Hooch tragedy. So far, so good. But he has categorically said that he will submit the findings of his report only after 3 months. The most important point is this: when the Gujarat Hooch tragedy happened, a judicial inquiry was set up even then, and the report was submitted within flat, I repeat, within flat 72 hours, after which the Excise Commissioner and the then Joint Commissioner of Excise and Liquor, they were suspended and subsequently completely expelled from their posts. Now, there is a gentleman called B. Muthuswamy, the Minister for Excise and Prohibition, who reports directly into M.K. Stalin. Has B. Muthuswamy, the Prohibition and Excise Minister in Tamil Nadu, has he been sacked, Rahul? The answer is no. The Excise Commissioner of Tamil Nadu, a man called S. Jayakantha, has he been sacked? The answer is no. The Joint Commissioner of Excise in Tamil Nadu, a man called V. Muthuswamy, has he been sacked? The answer is no. So first and foremost, you have not nipped the crime in the bud by failing to fix accountability. And when I say you, I, in no uncertain terms, obviously mean M.K. Stalin. Why has the Excise Commissioner not been sacked? Why has the Minister for Prohibition not been sacked? And most importantly, now let me shift from DMK to the Congress. Out of the 58 people dead and 200 odd who have been admitted and are fighting for their lives in ICU, we are told that most of them are Dalits belonging to lower strata of the society, poor marginalized people and Adivasis. This is the same Rahul Gandhi who screams from every available rooftop, मैं मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलने आया हूं, मैं दलितों के साथ हूं, मैं ओबीसी के साथ हूं, मैं आदिवासियों के साथ हूं. Rahul Gandhi ji, you have an opinion on just about everything under the sun. Okay. Why on earth have you failed to tweet expressing your remorse, regret, forget condemnation at what your alliance partner DMK has displayed by way of apathy, incompetence and failing to nip the crime? The death toll could have been averted, could have been contained in. And my final point is this. How? For people who say, oh, the methanol was sourced from Puducherry. Can I finish, Rahul?
No.
Some people have been saying the methanol was sourced from Puducherry, where an alliance government with the BJP being a party to it is in power. I don't have too much of knowledge about alcohol, but before coming on your debate, I did some homework. What are the contents of spurious liquor? मुझे इसके बारे में ज्ञान तो है नहीं, मैंने homework किया. And I found out that there are two main contents of spurious liquor: methanol and consumable ethanol. And consumable ethanol cannot be sold in public domain either via wholesale or retail outlets without government license and approval. If you are blaming Puducherry if you're blaming the BJP for methanol which was sourced from Puducherry, please explain how was ethanol being sold in Tamil Nadu blanketly.
Anyhow, that is
Both via
a
wholesale and
ludicrous.
retail outlets.
That is a ludicrous excuse. If,
No,
one second, let me just finish, please. If it at all is, viewers, because this is not a problem that has cropped out of nowhere. There was a grim trailer of this last year, viewers, in two places. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, I want to bring in the MMN spokesperson also. Very important voice here amongst us. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Just 5 seconds, one clarification, because what Tehseen said, he drew the equivalence between the High Court judge in the case of Gujarat illicit liquor and here. The difference is there the Congress demanded a sitting High Court judge inquiry. Out here, a retired High Court judge is heading a commission. Now we know what happens to commission reports. That is the reason why Congress said we have no faith in any commission report.
That is true. That is true. And remember, viewers, this was the same argument that the Congress. Excuse me, sir. Let me finish.
Why doesn't the BJP go to court?
Let me finish.
Why doesn't the BJP go to court? Congress went to court.
Can I?
Congress went to court.
Look, are you guys going to shout me down? Is this a gang up against me?
How is it a gang up?
Okay, so one second.
It's a gang up against the Congress.
Let me ask. How is it a gang up against
the Congress? Went to court in
gang up.
Who's in opposition?
If you are in government, if you are in control of a state, let me say, sir. Let me say, in 2021, I looked up your manifesto.
Yes.
You promised prohibition in Tamil Nadu. Where is it?
One second. Now, please allow me to finish.
Okay, let me bring in the M&M. Please, he's not spoken. Then he will be upset, and then his boss will be very upset with me, and this, that, the other, and I'll be going to jail. So let me just bring in the M&M. No, it's a very difficult. Hang on. Let me tell you. You see, there are certain states which are extremely sensitive. They immediately send people to arrest. I have been a victim of Karnataka's vendetta, viewers. We all talk about Ajit Bharti. 4 people showed up here. Let me tell you. A couple of months back.
Can I speak now?
The High Court, luckily for me, viewers, ruled in my favor. Nonetheless, let me just bring in the MM. Yes, Lakshmanan sir.
Can I speak now?
I suppose your first endeavor there is to find a couple of psychiatrists, isn't it? That's what you're focusing on. That's what your leader is focusing on. Do you think you should be laying so blithely the guilt straight at the doorstep of the victims?
So, Rahul, and to all the viewers of CNN News 18, good evening. The starting statement from Rahul, I probably takes very strong offense to what you said.
Okay.
I don't think Kamal Hassan has blamed victims. What he's done is rather just like how other politicians usually bank on vote bank politics of people. He, on the contradictory, has taken the accountability, saying that yes, people have to be careful. That does not mean that he is blaming
people have to be careful, not the mafia and not the state.
No, let me finish. Okay. So that people have to be careful.
Please.
He does not anywhere say that this is an act that should not go unpunished. He also said that government should take appropriate action in making sure that this does not happen again. My party leader, Mr. Kamal Hassan, has been continuously saying that the long-term solution for this is not total prohibition, but rather bringing in a rehabilitation center and also trying to do psychiatric counseling for these people, because as long as the people don't withdraw themselves, this cannot be stopped. That he's been saying for quite a long time.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan wants to respond to you, sir.
And then, no, let me finish. I think all of you had your time. I just have 2 more minutes. I'll finish with that, and then anybody wants to talk can talk. Then he also went on to say, give a very pragmatic solution. He also suggested that the government should take the revenues out of what they are operating today to also set up these rehabilitation centers. And in total, he is always advocated against alcohol, and does not mean that he is blaming the people, but rather he is taking the stand for the people here, which is the only political leader to do in this arena.
You know, viewers, anyhow, Dr. Ranganathan, yes.
No, with due respect to the M&M spokesperson, very erudite gentleman, he says Kamal Hassan did not blame the victims. He just said the victims have to be more careful. Fair enough. I want to ask him a very simple question with due respect, Mr. Lakshmanan sir, a yes and no question. Do you think in order to avoid rape, women must be more careful?
Mr. Ranganathan, I think you're twisting what is the whole context here.
Yes or no?
One second. The context here is actually about the hooch. Alcohol is available everywhere. It is banned only in 4 states in India. Right?
This is exactly the excuse that people talk about, that women have to be more careful.
It is not an excuse. It is a mere statement where we say that yes, we will have to be careful because this is something that is very related.
Viewers, look at the
Now,
whataboutery.
can I make my last point?
Yeah, 30
this
seconds,
is about
please.
addiction. This is not
Thank you.
about.
Look
this
at the
is not about-
whataboutery,
Rahul,
viewers.
That
Yeah.
May I please?
Yes, please. Make your 30 seconds, please.
You know, Rahul, I'm amazed. And this is also with no offense to Mr. Ranganathan. He's a very feisty speaker. I would have expected him to clearly name and shame M.K. Stalin, because I know Mr. Ranganathan does not hold back his punches, and I'm not being sarcastic. You know,
I did.
people like him
He
who
did,
are
he
very
did.
enlightened citizens.
He did.
I did.
He
Okay,
did.
let me finish. He should clearly say M.K. Stalin should resign on moral grounds and on the grounds of political incompetence. And the reason why I'm talking about Mr. Ranganathan is because his is a voice that matters. If you can ask questions of Yogi
Okay.
Adityanath, even if somebody sneezes, if you can ask questions of Himanta Biswa Sarma, if you can ask questions of Nayab Saini, if
Okay.
you can ask questions of Bhajan Lal Sharma in Rajasthan, why
okay.
not ask questions of M.K. Stalin?
Rahul, can I
Why
ask?
should
Can I
one
have-
One
scared
second,
to
one
name and
second. Look,
shame
I've
him?
run out of time. Guys.
No, 10 seconds to me. 10 seconds to me, Rahul. 10 seconds to me.
Yes, 10 seconds.
Yeah. Will Mr. Modi resign for Manipur? Did
Well-
Modi resign for
Today
Pulwama?
we are discussing who
Viewers,
you
let me
lawyers
just,
for
okay.
politics.
You fake lawyers.
All you
fake
gentlemen,
lawyers,
all you
discussing
gentlemen,
who
please.
are students.
Okay, one second. Look, I have to take a break. Viewers, my point tonight is asking for accountability in a dispassionate manner. We did so when the train tragedy took place a few days back in Odisha. We did so on Morbi. We did so Balasore. We've done so even when Parliament was breached, viewers, and some of the panelists are here with us. What I'm against is whataboutery, which is politically motivated. We've got to stop this. Otherwise, we're not going to come together for the benefit of society. I'll leave it at this, viewers. We're coming right back with a big story. Don't go away.